Alright, what's up guys? Hope all is well. Hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, we're gonna go over a very solid but effective bicep workout, which is pretty quick. So for this workout, all we need is some dumbbells and we need a bench. So the first exercise we're gonna start off with is we're gonna start off with a single arm preacher curl, right? The reason we wanna start off with a single arm preacher curl is because your elbow is gonna be in front of you, right? When your elbow is in front of you, this is gonna hit the bicep in a more shortened position, right? So when we look at the sequence or the order that we wanna do the exercises, we wanna hit the bicep in a shortened position. Then we wanna have the elbow behind us, where it's gonna hit the bicep in more of a stretch, right? And then you could finish off with an exercise with an elbow, where your elbow's to your side at the end, right? So we're gonna go through all of that. So first exercise, we're gonna start off with a single arm preacher curl. The reason I like the single arm preacher curl, right, is because it is a very easy exercise to set up, and then also the contraction at the top is crazy, right? So the first thing that you want to do is you actually want to start off with your weaker side, right? So for me, my weaker side is my left side, but I'm just going to demonstrate on my right side, right? So if you are a lot weaker on your left side, start off with that. Last thing you want to do is 10-15 reps on one side and only 2 reps on the other side. So when we look at the setup, what you want to think about is you want to think about having your armpit in the top of the bench right over here, right? So have it in the top of the bench, have a little bit of a lean. And then when you look at where you want your elbow, you want your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder to be all in one line, right? You don't want it to be out over here to the side, right out over here. This could like cause an injury and you're not gonna get the most out of it. So once this is all in one straight line, from here, you wanna have a little bit of tension. Don't let the dumbbell just kind of go over there. And then here, you're just gonna curl up, get a big hard contraction while keeping, you know, your armpit on the bench and then your elbow pushing into the bench. Nice, very nice and easy, right? I like to go a little bit heavier on these. So I like to do 6 to 10 reps, especially if it's the starting of the workout. So I'll do my weaker side first, and then once I'm switching over to the other arm, I'll take about a minute or 2 minute break, right? One thing that can happen is if you start off with your weaker side and then you go and you do the next arm right away, right? If your cardio isn't the greatest or your sleep isn't the greatest, you can have a lot of fatigue and you're not even gonna match the reps, right? It doesn't matter if it's your stronger side or your weaker side. So that's gonna be the first exercise, okay? So the first exercise, we hit it in a little bit more of a shortened position, like I mentioned. Now that we hit it in a shortened position, right? We have a good pump, we have a good contraction, and we have a good mind-muscle connection. Right? Now we have all this blood in our bicep. What do we want to do, right? We want to stretch out the bicep. That way we could allow more blood into the muscle, helping us see better results and better gains. So to hit the bicep in a stretch, right? My favorite exercise to do that is going to be the incline dumbbell curl. So the incline dumbbell curl, what it is essentially is you're going to go on a bench, right? And you want to have this bench around, I would say about 70 or 60 degrees. And you want to be nice and have your back against this, and you want to have your elbows behind you. When your elbow is behind you, that's when you're going to get the stretch, right? So if I grab the dumbbells over here, right, have the elbows behind me, I'm getting a stretch, I'm keeping my chest nice and proud. I'm not coming over like this. Have my chest nice and proud, this is where I'm getting the stretch. And then from here, I'm going to curl up, big hard contraction, and come all the way down, right? Common mistakes I see all the time is when people come up, they bring their elbows forward. You don't want to bring your elbows forward. You want to keep your elbows back here, right? Elbows back here the whole entire time. Think of bringing your palms to your shoulder. That's the first mistake I see all the time. And the second mistake I see all the time is people don't spend time in the stretch, right? When you're here, spend some time, have a second, 2 seconds, and then come up. Last thing you want to do is come down, bounce it, and just come back up, right? Spend some time in that stretch. You'll see a lot more progress and you'll see a lot better results. For this, since this is an exercise where, you know, weight isn't really a big factor or, you know, isn't the #1 priority, we're just focused on getting a really good stretch, I like to go a little bit higher reps. So anywhere in the 8 to 12 rep range. And for this, I like to do about 3 sets, right? So that's gonna be the second movement. Now that we're done with the second movement, we're done with the first movement, the single arm preacher curl, we're gonna move on to the last exercise, right? For the last exercise, I wanna do an exercise where my elbows are to my side. Right, so a couple of variations you can do is you can do a cable curl where your elbows are to your side, you could curl up, right? That's a solid variation. Or you could just do regular dumbbell curls, which is a solid variation as well, right? But since we didn't hit any forearms, I'm gonna do some hammer curls. The reason I wanna do some hammer curls is when we look at your bicep over here, right? There's a little muscle over here, your brachialis, and then over here, when you do hammer curls, you're gonna hit your brachioradialis as well, right? When you look at a t-shirt, if you wanna have some massive arms, you actually wanna grow your forearms, because that's the thing that shows, right? So for hammer curls, I like to do them together, right? So I'm gonna have my elbows to my side, chest nice and up, and I'm gonna think about coming a little bit in, right? And coming down. What do I mean by coming in? When we look front on, I'm not coming straight up like this, right? I'm coming in a little bit, right, into my body, and I'm just thinking about smashing my forearm into my bicep. Nice, good hard contraction, come all the way down. A lot of people, they'll swing the weight, come up like this, go back down. You wanna make sure that you're controlling it, right? Have a big contraction and a big stretch, and take your time. You don't have to rush these. I like to do them together. Sometimes people could do one at a time. It's up to you, personal preference. I just like to do them together. So for this, I do like to go heavy on these. I do 2 sets, anywhere in the 6 to 10 rep range to get some massive biceps and some massive forearms. So if you want some huge arms and biceps, do this workout, this sets and reps, all 3 of these exercises, and you'll see the change that you wanna see. But if you're struggling with your fitness goals, you wanna lose some body fat, build some muscle, or just achieve your goals, click the link in the description. That's for my one-on-one online coaching. Fill it out, it'll take you about 2 minutes, and I'll see if I'm able to help you, and I'll reach out. But all in all, I appreciate you guys watching this video. Hope you got some value from this. Until next time, thanks.